Hello, friends, Joe Bros, Pedro. Everybody knows that I love men on card stuff. I have a large carded collection of figures, and some people may want to get into these, or they may just like the displays, but they don't want to pay the men on card price. So that's where things like this come in. A lot of people hate these because they feel like people can be deceived, but there are plenty of telltale signs that this is a reproduction. Namely, reproduction packaging printed on the card right here. Also, these in the light look very different from an original card back. You see the gloss, the sheen with the matte for the printed area. So we are going to be mounting a 1982 straight arm Scarlett. She is mint gem complete with her crossbow, all original. I don't know if the O-ring is original. I know that matters to some people, but the O-ring may or may not be original. But from Beggars Canyon Toys, we have a reproduction card back with a reproduction blister. Different people have different methods of mounting these, but Beggars Canyon Toys recommends using a double-sided tape to mount the blister to the card. That's what I'm going to do here. This thing's just going to go up on the wall, or I may give it away or sell it to somebody that I know. But again, these are not going to deceive anybody. Anyone who knows anything about mint on card figures, especially considering the fact that reproduction packaging is printed on the back of the card, is not going to be deceived. These are for display purposes only. They do make a very, very nice display. But let's get to it. This is the first one that I've ever done. We might mess it up, or it might just look like shit when we're done. I know that there are people out there, namely a friend of mine on Instagram, who does an excellent job at mounting blisters onto custom and reproduction card backs. These are a nice quality, thick stock, printed both sides. Everything looks really, really good, but again, you can tell that it's not an original. Some of this may have to be done off camera because I am here behind the camera and may need to pay a little more attention to detail on this. But let's go ahead and get her opened up. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do here with the figure, with the packaging, making sure you don't have any dust or anything inside. I'm not terribly concerned with that, and I'm not terribly concerned with getting my fingerprints on the figure itself. Again, this is only for display purposes, not trying to deceive anyone. But you see here that you have a very nice example of a 1982 straight arm Scarlett. The paint on this figure is absolutely immaculate. So I want to have a really nice display for her. I'll show you another display option before I get to carding this figure. Most people know that I sell these small cardback inserts with a clamshell case to display loose figures. The way this works, if I can get one of the cases here, we take the original artwork, make a mini card of it, and it goes inside one of these clamshell cases. Like this. And then your figure displays right here in the center. You can actually tape this, you can staple it, you can seal it, whatever you want to do. I believe that most people prefer to leave them with the ability to take the figure out if they want, but it just makes a nice display that you can hang on a hook and save some space over the mint on card collecting. I actually do these with all of my loose figures. So I have here a trusty X-Acto knife, and I'm going to be using Scotch permanent tape runner. It's precise, no mess dispensing. I'm not really sure exactly what this is. I've never used it before. It looks like one of the whiteout type of devices. It should work, I would think, as long as it's adhesive, right? Get it opened up. So the adhesive part's already out here to the end. It looks like it might actually just be adhesive that rolls off of a tape. So we're gonna go around every bit of this here and hopefully get a nice clean not as clean as what I thought it was going to be. Give me just a second. But anyway, what you're going to do, you're going to roll this around all of the flat surfaces here that will contact the card. Now you can see that the adhesive has been rolled all the way around all the flat surfaces. So try not to touch that. I can actually see that I've gotten a little bit of lint right there on that side. That's not going to come off. But again, this is the first time that I've done something like this. So we'll just have to deal with it and go on. Now, the way this will work is we'll leave the card flat. This is how Beggars Canyon says to do it. Except they actually say to use a double-sided tape. I have a double-sided tape here, which I may use on another card back, but what we're going to line up is right down here. And then take something to kind of roll that edge. So that we make good contact. The adhesive part here. All of the sticky went on the card. And I can see where it's actually clearing up, which means it's making a good bond. Go all over to make sure that everything is sealed up. Hopefully this doesn't fall off as soon as I pick it up. I don't think it will, but there we have it. Everything's lined up really well. That actually looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. That made a really good looking display. Pretty tight, not coming off or anything. Now, one thing that I've seen some people do, like for their kids, is take a figure, card it up like this, and allow their kid to be able to experience opening a carded figure like this, a carded G.I. Joe. And I think that that's a pretty cool gift idea. So these kits, they run about $12 to $13, and you know they're made just like the originals. It's basically a copy. It's a reproduction of an original card back, but it's even punched out up here. You could pop this out and hang it just like an original one. I'm really impressed with how this turned out. It turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. There's a little bit of sticker residue right here They had put a sticker on it that said Scarlett, because I had ordered several bubbles along with this. But yeah, I got it lined up here at the bottom really well, and I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Now I'm going to stick Scarlett in one of these MOC Masters cases. If you haven't checked these out, haven't tried them, they are great cases that fit a wide variety of 3.75 inch figures, carded, made in the USA, UV protective, and it's a clamshell style of case. But I mean, these things are rock solid. I've switched out almost all of my collection to these, and this looks fantastic in the case. And I would display this in my collection. So hit up Beggars Canyon if you want to see what kind of cards they offer. They have many years worth of card backs, and they're a little slow on shipping sometimes, but you have to take into consideration it's a small mom and pop operation, and they will get your order to you. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting on another order right now. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more videos, and check out the links in the description to Facebook groups and to my Teespring, where you can purchase action media reviews, apparel, and merchandise. Thanks for watching, guys. Yo Joe.